Hey guys, welcome to your new moon yoga for this month. This month's new moon is May 22nd. The new moon will be in the zodiac sign of Gemini. So Gemini actually rules the neck, the throat, the thyroid, the vocal cords, and also during this new moon, Venus just went into retrograde probably about a week ago. And so the Venus retrograde in Gemini combined with the new moon in Gemini, Venus rules love. So this new moon, this retrograde is all about communication and speaking your love, speaking your intention, saying what needs to be said, especially in relationships and when dealing with love. And when it comes to the throat, obviously this is the throat chakra. So this gets blocked by lack of communication. This gets blocked by fear of saying what you want to say, maybe feeling undeserving or unworthy of speaking your mind and speaking your truth. So for this month, for May, for this new moon, really get in tune with what you want to say. Use your voice, speak up. This is a great time, and it doesn't always have to be negative. I feel like when we're like, oh, I gotta stand up for myself, I gotta speak up, we always think that it might be like, starting a fight or something like that. This can also be speaking up about your positive emotions. Maybe you really want to tell somebody something, tell them you love them. Speak your love, speak your intentions. And this, for new moons, is a great time to write down intentions. I really highly recommend for this new moon, speak them out loud. So if part of your new moon ritual is writing down intentions for the next cycle, I recommend speaking them out loud, getting them out. I also chose this shirt to wear in honor of this class because the dinosaurs from Jurassic Park, like roaring in front of the moon. That's the energy we're trying to embody during this new moon, this Venus retrograde in Gemini. So that being said, we are going to get started. This is an all levels class. I will offer modifications. I do recommend having 2 blocks because we're going to end this class in a supported fish pose. If you don't have blocks, textbooks work great. Harry Potter books work great. I have them on my shelf. You can also use a pillow if you don't have any of those things, but that's really going to open that chest, that neck. So we're gonna get right into it. This might be a little intense, especially if you may have a neck or shoulder injury, so be careful. I kind of slept funky on my head last night, so I have a little bit of a neck strain, but that's why we do yoga, right? So we're gonna get started in just an easy seated pose. As always, this pose means something different for everybody. I just like the normal cross-legged pose, but whatever is comfortable for you and your body. Find your sit bones on your mat. We're going to get started with some breath work. So you can have your palms facing down to get grounded, your palms facing up to take in some energy, whatever feels right for you. We're just going to bring our focus to our breath, closing your eyes. Now Gemini is an air sign, so air is breath. It's going to be a very breath focused class. But for now, I don't want you to change anything about your breath. I just want you to notice it as it goes in and out through your nose. I'm starting to check in here, taking that inventory of the mind, the body, the soul. And as always, practicing non-judgment. If anything starts to come up, any thoughts, feelings, emotions, we acknowledge them. We allow ourselves to feel them, but we practice non-judgment with ourselves. We practice self-compassion. Now, as I said, this is going to be a very breath-focused class, and we're going to focus on a certain type of breath called Ujjayi breath, Ujjayi pranayama. It's a very audible breath, so this really activates the throat chakra. It brings warmth through the entire body. So what that breath looks and sounds like and feels like is it's in and out through your nose, but it's an audible breath. So it's almost like you're trying to fog up a window, but with your mouth closed. So I don't know if you can hear me, but just give a listen to how I breathe. I also like to call it Darth Vader breath. But you're feeling that rumble, that sound in the back of your throat. So throughout this practice, use that breath. I'll remind you, I'll cue it. But it's really activating that throat chakra and getting you ready to say what you need to say. Just take a few more breaths just like that. Practice that Ujjayi breath. And as you're breathing, we're going to start with some gentle neck stretches. So you can inhale center, exhale, just drop that right ear over to your right shoulder. Feeling that light stretch in the left side of your neck. And inhale center, exhale to the left ear, left shoulder. Inhale center. Right ear, right shoulder, one more time. And inhale center, exhale to the left. And go ahead and inhale center. We're going to take a little bit deeper this time. So we're going to bring your left hand kind of out, like with active fingers kind of pressing out. You're not touching the mat, you're just pressing kind of the air. You're going to bring this right hand to the left temple, and you're just going to gently pull your head a little bit forward and to the right. Now don't like yank on it, we don't want any injuries here. We're pressing down with that left hand. We're really stretching out that left side of the neck. Again, remembering your breath, your Ujjayi breath, if you already forgot it, that audible breath. Go ahead and gently release. Shake it out for a second. We're going to take it to the other side so that right hand's going out, active fingers kind of pressing on the air. We're dropping our head over to the left. That left hand's coming to the right temple and just really gently pulling a little bit forward and to the left. Really actively pressing the air with that right hand. Remembering to breathe. And then go ahead and gently release. Now we're going to stretch out the back of our neck. So you're going to interlace your fingers. You're going to drop your chin to your chest, and I want you to bring your hands right to the base of your skull, right where your spine meets your skull, but I don't want you to pull on it. I just want you to let gravity do its job. Feel that stretch in the back of your neck. Again, don't forget to breathe. Go ahead and gently release. Now we're going to do the opposite. So you're going to kind of just press your chin up with these hands interlaced. So pressing your chin up and back. Again, be very gentle here. You don't want to be too hard on yourself. Try not to scrunch up the shoulders. Let them release. And just really stretch out the front of that neck, your throat. And then go ahead and gently release. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to very slowly shake your head no. And you can hold your head in a certain position if it feels good. Like maybe you turn your head one way and you're like, oh, that feels really good. Like hang out there. Listen to your body. We're practicing saying no. If that's our truth that we need to speak, we're going to say no if we need it. And now we're going to bring it back to center. And you're going to, again, very slowly and exaggerated, nod your head yes. So again, we're practicing. Maybe it's the yes that we need to say. Maybe we need to say yes to something. Whatever you need to say it, whether it's yes or no. Speak your truth. Communicate. And go ahead and gently release. We're going to take it to a tabletop position, so nice and gentle. Just come to your tabletop. Your shoulder, elbow, wrists are all in line. Your hips are right over your knees. And we're going to go into some cat-cows. So when you inhale, again, you're gazing up. Now really try to stretch out that throat. Press your chin up high. And exhale, round. Drop your chin to your chest, dumb out the shoulders. Inhale to expand open. Again, really trying to thrust that chin up. And exhale, round. Now go ahead and do 5 rounds of this on your own breath. Now bring back that Ujjayi breath. If you lost it already, bring back that audible breath, that Darth Vader breath. Linking your breath to your movement. And finish up the last round you're on. Now we're going to take it to an extended cat-cow. If it's too much for you, I just want you to continue with this normal cat-cow. But for your extended cat-cow, we're going to take it from a child's pose to a cobra. I like my child's pose wide-legged, so I'm bringing my knees a little bit wider, about as wide as my mat. What that looks like, you're dropping back to the child's pose on the exhale, and then you're inhaling to cobra. And again, really trying to stretch out that neck, that front and side body. And then we exhale to child's pose. And we inhale to cobra. So again, you can continue your regular cat-cows or try this if you'd like, taking it nice and slow, linking breath to movement. We're going to do it for 5 more rounds. Did you forget your breath already? Bring it back to that Ujjayi breath. Go ahead and finish up your last round by everybody's going to come to a child's pose no matter what variation you're doing. We're all going to come to a child's pose now, wide-legged, regular, whatever you prefer. Just sink it to that child's pose. If you want to continue to open up that throat, you're going to, instead of placing your forehead on the mat, you're going to place your chin on the mat and look up towards your hands. And rest here. Find that Ujjayi breath. I'm going to grab some water. I feel like anytime I do throat chakra stuff, I always tend to lose my voice. Get a little bit of a scratchy throat. That just means I'm speaking up, right? Speaking my truth, shouting it from the rooftops. So relaxing in this child's pose. Bringing it to your breath. And when you're ready, you can gently come up. So we're going to go into puppy pose and a few puppy pose variations here. Puppy pose is definitely a more extreme back bend, so if it's too much for you, I just want you to relax in that child's pose. If you want to try your puppy pose, it's just like child's pose, except our hips are staying over our knees. They're not sinking back. So you're coming to your hands and knees. You're dropping into this puppy pose, dropping the chest to the mat, and your chin is on the mat, so you're gazing up towards those hands. So again, really opening that throat chakra here. Opening up the heart. And we're holding and we're breathing here. If it ever gets to be too much, you're just going to sink it back to your child's pose. Take a big inhale here, and gently you're going to come to your belly. We're coming to Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose, like the statues in ancient Egypt, our forearms are on the mat. We're gazing up. Don't let your shoulders string up to your ears. Really press into the mat with your palms and your forearms. And we're just going to do some neck stretches here. So same like we did at the beginning. I want you to gently shake your head no. And again, if it feels really good in a certain position, hold it there. Make these moves exaggerated. Really trying to keep those shoulders away from the ears. And remember your breath. Now go ahead
Nod your head.
Yes, again, very exaggerated.
I'm really dropping my head, stretching out the back of my neck.
And then I'm really trying to gaze up and press that chin up as much as I can. Again, remembering your breath. And go ahead and find neutral again. Now we're going to slowly press our way up to a cobra. So if cobra is too much for you, you're welcome to stay right here in your Sphinx. If you want a little bit more, you're going to press into your palms. You're just going to straighten your arms. Now maybe this is enough for you. Maybe you're going to stay right here. Maybe you take him a step back. Again, really trying to keep those shoulders away from the ears. Maybe you walk them in a little bit closer. We're just going to walk our hands in until we get to our full high cobra. Your palms should be right underneath your shoulders. Your hips are pressed into the mat, and you're really opening up. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently, I want you to come back to your child's pose. Relax here. If you lost your breath, find it again. And note any emotions that might be coming up. Note any, maybe you're like, you know what, I really need to say no to that person or that thing. Maybe I really need to say yes to that person or that thing. Note what's coming up. Note what truths you have to speak. As we open our throat chakra, our confidence to say what we need to say goes up. And embrace that during this new moon, during this Venus retrograde. So about 3 more breaths here in this child's pose. Again, activating that Ujjayi breath, that audible breath. And gently, we're going to come to a seat on our knees. So we're going to go into a camel pose here. Now, camel can be kind of an intense heart opener, an intense back bend. So I'm going to take us through steps. Whatever step feels like your edge, I want you to stop there. So first things first, we're coming to our knees. Knees are about hips distance apart. I want you to bring your hands to your low back, kind of right where, I have a little dip where my waist is, where my hips are. They're kind of, your hands are going to sit like right on your hip bones. You're going to try to squeeze your elbows in as close as they can go. I want you to inhale here and exhale. You're just going to press into those hips. Your hips are pressing forward and your head is dropping back. And you're really trying to open up this throat here, pressing that chin up and back and trying to look at the wall behind you. Now that might be too much, so again, know your edge. Don't forget to breathe. And as we take these extreme back bends, we're stretching out the front. It can be a little bit hard to breathe, and that's okay. Again, if anything feels uncomfortable, just release. I want you to inhale very, 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 very slowly. Come back up and take a seat on your feet. Shake it out a little bit. You might get a little lightheaded, a little breathless. When we're really stretching out this front body, it can put a little pressure on the lungs. So again, just be careful. Take it at your own pace. Find your edge. Don't try to push it. All right, we're going to do that 2 more times. And each time I'm going to add on a little bit more intensity, but you stay with the variation that works best for you. So if the one we just did, you're already like, dang, that was intense, I want you to stay with that variation. So let's go ahead and go into our second round. So again, our hands are on that little hip crook. And I want you to come to flex feet. That's going to be our next variation. We're going to try to reach back towards our heels. I want you to inhale here and exhale. Start to open up and drop back. Maybe you can reach those heels. Maybe not. Again, know your edge. Really trying to gaze back. And go ahead and gently, gently, gently come up. You don't want to get a head rush or pass out. That will probably be bad. So again, we're taking this nice and slow. Shake it out for a moment. And we're gonna take one more. Now again, find your edge. Maybe that felt perfect for you. Do that one again. Maybe the first one, you're like, I'm sticking with that. Listen to your body. This next variation, my back's pretty tight, so I don't know if I can get into it today, but I'm gonna do my darndest. This time we're gonna go with flat feet. So you're trying to reach your heels with flat feet. Again, if you can't, don't push it. Listen to your body. It knows what it wants to do. So we're bringing our hands to the back of our hips. We're inhaling and exhale. We're dropping back. I recommend kind of going back as far as you can and then trying to reach for those heels. I don't think it's happening today, friends. If you can't, you can always just kind of reach your arms back. You can also take a prayer variation. And go ahead and inhale. Slowly, slowly, slowly release. You might have felt your heart rate go up, your breath rate go up. Totally okay, it's an intense posture. All right, now to kind of counteract that, we're gonna take a crocodile pose. So what that looks like, you're gonna come to lay on your stomach, nice and gentle. Your arms are gonna cross in front of you. And I just want you to lay your forehead on your arms. And for a moment, you can kind of rock out your hips from side to side, release that low back. And then relax here. Remembering that breath, that Ujjayi breath. All right, now I have to take off my glasses for this, so if you're a glasses wearer, go ahead and take your glasses off. Glasses problems. We're gonna just get another little neck stretch here. So you're gonna bring your arms behind you, and I just want you to lay your left ear on the mat. Now this can also be difficult if you have boobs, so you might want to put a pillow underneath you if you need it. I can definitely feel my boobs are squished, but hey, you know what? It'd be like that. Breathing here. And go ahead and inhale. Gently switch sides, so this time the right ear is coming to the mat. And go ahead and inhale, gently release. If you need your glasses back on, put on your glasses. I feel like I should just get used to wearing contacts during yoga, but you know what? I like my glasses. All right, we're gonna take it to our backs. So if you want, you can just kind of flip over right to your back. I'm gonna go to the other side because my blocks are over there. So keep your blocks with you. So we're going to use those at the end of our class. So keeping those blocks by your side, go and find your way to your back. And we're gonna do a little bridge here with a heart opener. Now, if you prefer to take a full wheel pose, that is totally up to you. If you'd like to go there, please be my guest. But for now, we're just gonna take a bridge. You're gonna bring your feet bottoms to the mat, knees are bent. Your feet are as close up to your butt as you can get them. And we're gonna take it with a heart opener. So what that looks like, we're inhaling our hips up to the ceiling. You're gonna scoot your shoulder blades underneath you, grasping the palms together and getting that chest opener with this bridge pose. Holding those hips up, pressing that chin up, breathing. Inhale, lift up the hips a little bit higher, and exhale, you can release that bind and then release one vertebrae at a time. And windshield wiper out your legs. We're going to take that one more time. Now again, if you'd like to take full wheel pose, now is the time to do it. If not, we're just going to repeat that bridge pose with a heart opener one more time. So again, inhaling those hips straight up, shimmying those shoulders underneath you, clasping the hands, really opening the throat, the neck, the chest, the back. Breathing. Inhale, press the hips up a little bit higher, and exhale. Go ahead and release. Windshield wiper out those legs for a moment. All right. I want you to extend your legs out and extend your arms overhead. Take a morning stretch for a moment. Nice and big, like you just woke up in the morning. This pose always makes me yawn. And we're going to take some laying crescent stretches here. So I want you to scoot your legs over to the right, your upper body over to the right, keeping the legs and arms extended. So you're kind of in this banana crescent moon shape here on your mat. If you want a little bit more, crossing that left ankle over the right. So really feeling that left side body stretch. Breathing here. And inhale through center. Exhale, take it to the other side. So the legs are coming to the left. Your torso, upper body is coming to your left. Feeling that stretch in the right side body again. If you want a little more, crossing that ankle. And breathing. These stretches are my favorite. Really feeling those ribs open up. And go ahead and slowly release. Going back to center, maybe another morning stretch. Shake it out a little bit. Now we're going to take a few more neck stretches here, just lying down. So the same thing that we've been doing this whole time. I want you to take that right hand and grab the left side of your head and just gently take that neck stretch. Again, don't yank on your head. You don't want to pull it too hard. Maybe you press into that left arm and kind of try to walk your fingertips down just to stretch it out more. And go ahead and release. Take it to the other side. So left hand's coming to that right temple. Taking that neck stretch, and again, maybe reaching those right fingers just to stretch it out a little bit more. And go ahead and release. We're going to take some twists here. You can bring your arms out to a T position. I want you to draw your right knee in, and then go ahead and drop that right knee over to the left. Trying to keep that right shoulder on the mat. You might use that left hand to kind of pull that right knee over. Maybe you gaze over your shoulder in the opposite direction again, stretching out that neck. Did you forget your breath? Are you still practicing that Ujjayi breath? And inhale back to center. Extend that right knee, kicking over my pillows. And bring that left knee in. And then again, exhale over. Maybe using that right hand to kind of pull that knee down. You might feel some snap, crackle, pops in your spine. That's okay. And again, if you gaze over that left shoulder, you're really going to feel that neck stretch. Go ahead and inhale, gently release. Draw both knees into the chest. Give them a little squeeze and rock from side to side. And go ahead and release. All right, we're going to find our final Savasana here, and that's going to look like a supported fish pose. So that's what our blocks are for. Again, if you don't want to take this pose, you just want to take a regular Savasana, totally fine. Listen to your body. So sit up for a moment. Find your blocks. Now, depending on how flexible your back is, you can keep it on the lower setting, you can bring it up. You might even be able to bring it all the way up here. Listen to your body, you know how flexible you are. One block is going to go right in between your shoulder blades. I think I'm going to keep it probably on this setting. And then the other block can be used to prop up your head if your head can't reach the floor, because we're still going to be opening up this throat chakra. So it's going to go right behind that block. So take a second to find your positioning. So again, this block is kind of going right where your bra strap is, right in between the shoulder blades. And maybe you lay down and you're like, oh no, you know what, this isn't that comfortable because we're going to be here for a hot minute. Find your comfort zone. Again, this block is a pillow. I prefer to do this with foam blocks because cork blocks can be kind of hard. And just let yourself open up. This is where we're going to rest. I will let you know when it's time to come back. If at any time this feels uncomfortable, just release. Breathe here. Open up your heart, open up your throat. And focus on what you need to say. What do you need to speak? I'll let you know when it's time to come back. Now just relax and breathe. Start to bring your awareness back to your body and back to your space. Maybe wiggle your toes or wiggle your fingers. Maybe roll out your wrists or roll out your ankles. Now we're going to very gently release ourselves from these blocks. So you can kind of sit up a little bit and then come to your side, whatever side is comfortable, to your fetal pose. Taking one more moment of silence and stillness here. Fetal pose symbolizes fresh starts and new beginnings. Keeping your eyes closed, gently press yourself up to a seat. Any seat will do. Go ahead and bring your hands to either side of you, feeling the mat beneath your fingertips. Inhale your arms up, taking all that awesome energy we just created. And exhale, bring them back down, releasing anything that doesn't serve you. Inhale them up one more time. Exhale, bring those palms to touch and draw them to your heart center. Remember to speak your truth, speak your love, speak your intentions. Happy new moon, yogis. The light in me honors the light in each of you. We bow to our practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Don't forget, I have full yoga courses, self-love courses, mindful eating courses available for purchase. I have a 16 yoga class pack that comes with 10 bonus meditations. I also have a self-love yoga course. The links to everything will be in the description, and they're also on my page. You can follow me on Instagram at Nourish Natasha. And thank you so much.